Another thing that I wanted to talk with you about is home first aid. And there are several things we can go over that can help you at home for ingestion of poisons other than oil-based. They get into the pain or the oil, that's another thing. But hydrogen peroxide by mouth, within 30 minutes, a lot of times will cause them to vomit. So if they got into a bunch of Tylenol, let's say, which can really mess up your liver, you can give them some hydrogen peroxide by mouth within about 30-minute window, and these animals will vomit it up. Rat poisoning, another one that we really can save lives with just a phone call. If you have a rat poisoning problem and you've gotten to vomit, a lot of times we'll still have you come in the next day, maybe not on emergency, and give a particular antidote that we'll use for 2 weeks by mouth that will help prevent life-threatening issues. For hot spots, this is real common that you see these at home because they've licked it. Go ahead and clip the hair, apply hydrogen peroxide on there, not vinegar or alcohol. It can burn, it can hurt. So hydrogen peroxide is a great product to have around the house. For pressure bandages, if you have some problems that you need to put a bandage on, always wrap it from distal to proximal, not from proximal to distal. Always go from the foot up, and that way you're pushing things up as opposed to pulling things down and then getting a bunch of swelling. Puppies with seizures. Very small puppies like Chihuahuas, Yorkies, Shih Tzus can have some problems with regulating their glucose when they're very young, up to about 3 months of age. So I tell, in that particular case, go ahead and leave puppy food out all the time because they need to be able to access that food so they do not get hypoglycemia. If you ever see a small puppy that is on its side or paddling or something, is very depressed, give it some honey or Karo syrup in a very short period of time. A lot of times that will bump them up real quick. If you let it go too long, it will get into what's called brain swelling. And that brain swelling can be very difficult, and mostly a lot of times they will die. It's one of the things. Eye irritations. Animals kind of squinting and stuff. One of the things you can use is contact lens solution. That or saline solution that you have around the house, and squirt that. Don't use a lot of Biazine. Don't use some other things, but those eye irritations can be helped with contact lens solution or saline solution. Insect stings. Your animal is stung by an insect. A lot of times, a little bit of Benadryl, children's Benadryl, is very helpful. They have those Benadryl sticks that you can put right on there as well, and that can help save them from going into respiratory collapse and such. And you can always call the vet, and they can give you other pointers with that. If you have a skin laceration, a lot of times the first thing you want to do is clean the wound. Simple thing, soap and water, clean the wound. And you put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on there if it's kind of caked in there, and that'll break up some of that. And then you can put some antibiotic ointment on there. Triple antibiotic like Neosporin can be very helpful. If it's big enough, then you'll still need to go to the veterinarian, and they may have to suture it up. But having that on there is going to help keep that wound from getting more infection in a short period of time.